everybody, this is Kodak here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some Metazoo. This is a booster box I was sent for the purpose of review. It is a Kickstarter first edition box for the opening set Cryptid Nation. That's actually not the full name of the game. That's actually the set name is Cryptid Nation. So this is a booster box of 36 packs, and I'm going to be taking a look at it. There's some interesting things going on with the Kickstarter first edition. It's one of only 2,500. You can see it has the foil seal here. If this was not the version that I used in my recent video that was there to sort of resemble a mock-up of how a store setup would look, this would still have its overwrap around it, which would have the Metazoo slogan on it. So they have some neat little touches on here that makes it interesting. So anyway, this is Metazoo Cryptid Nation. It is a 159 card set. It is a 36 booster box. Let me see. Do we have that on there? We have the number on here. First edition Cryptid Nation. We have a description. Okay, there we go. 36 booster packs per box. 9 additional cards per pack. So yes, they actually have the information on here. It's usually a good idea to have this information on as many sides as possible, but the fact that they have it on here means that they've got at least something right here, better than Beast Clans. They also have indicators of each of the 11 attributes on here, if you include colorless as an attribute. So they, of course, they have like water, fire, and grass and all that. So we have water here, we have grass, we got fire, we have rock, but we also have extraterrestrial. We have dark, we have light, we have electric, we have typeless, and we have spirit. So we also have like ghosts and aliens given their own specific attributes, which I think is a neat little thing, particularly since this is supposed to be a game about, like modern, like horror things, like of course we have the aliens and we have like the ghosts given their own specific trait. Otherwise, you'd think ghosts would be like lumped into dark or something, but they're not here. The sorts of spirits are given their own thing. So these packs, there are some cards that I am looking for. They are known in the fan base as the Obnoxious 9. They are foil cards, the gold rarity, which is the top rare. You have bronze, silver, and gold for rarity, similar to how other games do rarity. But there are reverse foils, and I think you'll be intensely amused by what this game considers to be a reverse foil. However, there are some gold rare cards that do not come in reverse foil and only come in regular foil. So the proportion of packs is 2/3 of the packs contain a reverse foil, while the remaining third contain a regular foil rare. Now, it is a bit odd that 1/3 of the time you get a reverse foil, but one of the things about that is reverse foil cards can only be the beasties or the rare artifacts, and this means that half of the cards that come out in reverse foil are rare cards anyway. So you have like only a 1 in 3 chance of not getting a rare card in your pack, but like I've said, that's really not a great thing. You want to make sure that you have a rare in every pack. That this is at least you only have like a really low chance of getting like a common card instead of a rare card. But still, if there's one thing that the Beast Clans opening taught us, it's that a foil version of a common card is no replacement for an actual rare. Although I get it, you want to have 1 rare per pack so that it can't be set up by pack weighers who can fish out all the good stuff and leave nothing but trash behind. But I don't know, maybe future sets could introduce like a regular, like a non-foil gold rare. I know some of the starter decks contain non-foil versions of gold rares. I don't know if there's a way they could rig it up so that if you get an uncommon or a common foil card, you instead get a non-foil gold rare. That could be like their regular rare. So basically the foil rares that have reverse foils available are the super rares, and then the cards that only come in regular foil are the ultra rares. And there's also, there's some misprints in here. There's some things that are going to be errated. Those are things that are going to get fixed in the non-Kickstarter first edition run. And the real chase card in this set is one called Tripodero, and that is because Tripodero exists only as a reverse foil card. So that is because its space on the printing sheet was accidentally replaced by another card. So there's a card in this set called Earthquake that has 2 rarity symbols, because one of them is where Tripodero is supposed to be. Now, this just goes to show that when you receive your test print cards, you want to make sure you go over them with a fine-tooth comb, have a checklist to make sure all of the cards are there, go over to make sure you check for textual errors, color errors. I know it can be kind of overwhelming to see something you've worked on appear in print form. And you know, it can be overwhelming. It's like, oh man, this is so cool, it's so exciting. But you know, you can't let that intimidate you. You can't let yourself be overwhelmed. You have to make sure that what is being produced is the best possible product that you can get. So I've got a rulebook handy. I've got a nice set of penny sleeves for the rares. Let's take a look inside. Like I said, normally this would be overwrapped, but because I've already opened it, that's why I'm opening this box. And we don't have a box topper card. Instead, we get a Cryptid Nation map. This is something I showed off in the actual video. It is a map of the United States with icons indicating where the cryptids are found in the United States, as well as a long list of cryptids that include ones that have not appeared in the set. This is because we are going to have the United States is going to be the game's first block. The game is going to move to other countries. The second block is supposedly going to be going to Japan. So we're going to be eventually getting cryptids from all over the world. I imagine there will be sets for Europe and for South America. It would not surprise me if they did like some sets that were sort of asides that took place in other parts of the world that, you know, just gave lip service to creatures like Nessie. But yeah, future versions of this will also include a foil version of a random aura card. And aura cards are this game's land, this game's energy, and they are a bit difficult to stockpile right now. They're introducing 2 products to help make up for that. They're introducing an aura set and a fan art set that is half aura cards. So it shouldn't be as big a problem for now. But anyway, let's take a look at the packs. Now, the pack material feels a little bit cheap here. It's kind of a matte kind of foil, but it tears super easily, and I honestly don't think that's a downside. The easier a pack is to open, the less likely I am to damage the cards inside. And for general retailers, they do have blister packs, so if theft is a concern, they will have those big bulky packs to keep things from getting opened. Now, there are 4 arts for the packs. We have Hodag, which is another card I haven't pulled yet. We have Babe, the Blue Ox from the Paul Bunyan story. Paul Bunyan is actually not in the set. He is coming out in a future set. There's actually a test card of him. He is quite the power card, although who knows if those stats will be adjusted once he actually comes to print. But Babe the Blue Ox will have his buddy coming out in another set. You know, I'm divided on this. On one hand, it means that I'm getting one half of a combo, but not the other half. I'd have to wait for another set to get the other half, but at least it also hints at things that are coming in the future. We have Mothmen, which I believe is supposed to be the main villain's chief creature. It's been pushed kind of heavily in like a lot of promotional artwork and stuff like that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's got those big old expressive eyes. It's very fuzzy. It's highly marketable. And then we have Piazza Bird, which is its current iteration is a recreation of an old like cave painting that was destroyed by strip mining. So this is our big fire champion. So we have these 4 designs here, and I am trying to make archival copies of each of these, so you'll probably see me be very careful on these Mothman arts here. So let's give these packs a nice shuffle, really randomize them. I don't think we have the situation in like games like Flesh and Blood or like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where a lot of the best cards tend to sink to the bottom or that appear in sequence. So we're just going to shuffle these cards, these packs, to make sure that that doesn't happen. Give these a nice work. It's 36 packs, so it's a nice big box. So it has 9 cards at a set of 159, which is just shy of 160. That would be 5% of the set is 8 cards plus 1 is 9. These are packs of 9, so that's a pretty good proportion there. I have mentioned, I haven't made the video yet, but something that's going to appear in a later video is building a better booster, and that is roughly how many of each, you know, cards you should put in a pack. I found an odd formula is 5% of the set size plus 1. That seems to be used by a lot of the big games. I'm not sure if that applies to every game out there. In shuffling it, I kind of de-randomized them. There's actually rare versions of the booster box that are non-alternating, which means that they were basically all packed, like the colors were all packed together rather than shuffled and randomized, and they are going for crazy sums of money, even though it's just a packaging error. Although, speaking of packaging errors, let me show you something fun before we get started here. So this is the blister pack I was talking about before. It is like the Target style ones that like you see for Pokemon. It has, you know, the Mothman card, it has a Mothman coin and a booster pack inside. So in my box, I got one where it's upside down, where the bubble pack along with the coin and the Mothman are in the blister pack upside down. Only I think about 2,000 of these blister packs were made, so that means I have possibly a one-of-a-kind item here in the form of a Kickstarter inverted Mothman. So that's certainly something special. So let's get to work on these packs. All right, let's get started. We're going to go with a Piasa Bird, which I have an archival copy of, so we can just show you how easily this tears. Yeah, it just gives, like, immediately. Just tears so nice and cleanly. Like I said, it's oddly enough, because the packaging is cheap, but having that easy tear, just so nice. So, starting off, we have Bambi's Mom. It is Ghost Deer. It has an effect where it does additional damage if the opponent is wearing camouflage. Now, in the video, I talk about how there should be, like, official merchandise that can trigger, like, fourth wall effects and stuff like this. I mean effects like this that are, like, you know, things that a player could do, things that a player might be wearing. Those could be covered in, like, a button that you wear. So you could, like, make a button that says your opponent is wearing camouflage to trigger this effect. This is a spirit card. Like I said, it's Bambi's Mom, so having some fun here. Up next, we have Fireball. This is Fireball's basic bolt. It is by far the most flexible of the bolts in that it can target anything and inflicts burn. And like I said, if you manage to inflict burn on a player, that means every time they want to attack with a beastie, they take the 20 damage. Burn, you roll a die to determine how long the burn lasts. So it is an effect that wears off. So you basically roll the die, put it on top of the token like I showed off in the video, and that gives you it shows you what you need. All right, the Lake Worth monster. Oh, I used to be from Texas. I used to be from Texas, and it has a power. Now, a power in this game is another thing that you have to exhaust in order to do, and this guy just lets you draw a card from the top of your deck. So for a cost of 2 and 1 neutral, 1 water, so kind of splashable. A water card is splashable. Do you get it? You can have just something that generates a little bit of, gives you a bit of card advantage each turn. Although at 50 hit points, that's fairly robust, but it's another thing that an opposing player will have to consider whacking. And I think that's interesting, having these kinds of things that can be just attacked and destroyed, like the artifact, like these card drop power. I think that's an interesting part of the game because it forces your opponent to, like, prioritize which targets. Do they want to go for the opponent? Do they want to smash the Chaos Crystal? Do they want to get rid of the Lake Worth monster? Up next, we have Health Potion. Basically, potion from Pokemon recovers 25 LP. Woohoo! That doesn't really accomplish much. Chibi Quetzal. So this is, there are 2 Chibi cards in the set so far. Chibi Quetzal and Chibi Mothman. And what they do is they basically act as assist characters for the full-size version. So there is a full-size Quetzalcoatlus. We'll see if we see it. And this thing has not 1 but 2 effects that allow you to conjure the full-size version from your deck. There is the trap icon here, which means you can set it face down, like underneath a monster on its own, and when something is targeted, when it's targeted for an attack, like if you set it face down underneath your Lake Worth monster and your opponent decides, I'm not going to let you draw cards anymore, I'm going to attack it, you can activate the trap that's underneath it to deliver the effect of that card. There are also traps that do damage, etc. So they're things that you can use to protect your more vulnerable cards, which is kind of neat. We have Huggin' Molly. This is another card that's really good. What it does is you can take the card, you can hug it, and you can nullify a source of damage, although you have to discard the card in order to do that. It actually gets sent to, let's see, to the Afterlife, which is this game's version of removed from play. So you have to remove her from play, but she can reduce a damage source to 0. That's pretty cool. Whenever a spell. So yeah, that you could use that to stop somebody from bolting your Chaos Crystal. The Spookster, the Spookorama, the Spookalooka Ding Dong. When the Spookster enters the arena, flip a coin, and if heads, search the Afterlife for a beastie and place it into your spellbook. So you could shuffle Huggin' Molly back into your spellbook with the Spookster. The Spirit type does a lot of manipulation with cards that are removed from play. There's also the card Ghost Train that allows you to stash those cards underneath Ghost Train and use it to summon cards from there. It inflicts confusion, which looks like Pokemon's confusion, and that a creature with confusion tries to attack you, flip a coin, and it might hurt itself. Salem's Witches. Not so sure about this one. It actually has no attack. What it does is you can it forces. Oh, this is my parallel foil. So yeah, reverse foil is normally with like a foil card, like the background is all foil, like you saw in the video. Normally reverse foil, the rest of the card is foil except the image. In the case of Metazoo's reverse foil, only the character is reverse foil. I'm sorry that this introduction to the concept is a wee bit underwhelming, but it's a pretty neat design nonetheless. Let's see if I can get the sparkles to. But yeah, you can see some of the foil effect. I'll see if I can maybe get the effects to rig up a bit better. Okay, and next we have our final card. We get a Frost Aura. So in the packs, you can either get one Aura or one Terra card in the resource card slot, which means that stockpiling Aura, of which there are 10 types, is kind of difficult. It's not as bad with Frost Aura, since there is a starter deck for Frost, but for the attributes that do not have a starter deck right now, it is especially difficult. This is why they're introducing Aura packs. This is why they're having the fan art set that is half Aura cards. You get the gist here. All right, so let's try to speed this up a bit. Let's move on. Let's see if we can get any of the really interesting cards. Up next, we have a Babe the Blue Ox pack. So this is another one I can rip open. I really only need an archive version of Mothman, so those are the ones we're going to strain to open. All right, so we have Pass Trap. This is a response card. Target face down trap cannot be flipped up until the start of your next turn. So this is a counter card. So if you see a trap on your opponent's card, you can play this. Haha, the trap you put on your Chaos Crystal won't work now, so now I can just attack it for free. So not a bad card. Pyrokinetic Blast. This is Spirit's Bolt. You see it can only target beasties, but it can either burn or confuse them. So it's less flexible than Fireball, but it has a greater chance of inflicting some kind of debilitating status. 8 per spell book. Fireball was 10. Here's Reflection. You have to have a mirror in order to use this effect, although it's not too hard to have like a pocket mirror or like a makeup mirror or something like that. Would not surprise me if you could get like a button that just has a reflective surface. And it's basically Counterspell. Sam's EMF device. So it allows you to search through Target Caster spellbook, and they have clarified Target Caster can mean yourself. You can reveal a spirit page from it, and if you do, to bookmark a page from the top of your spellbook. So if you make a light spirit deck, then you can have this effect always go off by showing off a card in your deck, although you have to show off a card in your deck, so it's kind of a double-edged sword there. Alright, Dragon's Breath. So this one can either do 100 damage to a caster, or pay an additional 3 to place all Terra pages in the arena into the afterlife. So you can destroy all of the field cards, or you can deal 100 damage to an opponent. So not a bad effect. Definitely pretty good. You can see Piazza Bird on here. He actually has an effect that lowers the cost of fire spells. You take 50 damage to do it, but you can either do a really decent damage trade-off, or you can wipe Terra cards. And Terra cards, I believe, will grow in importance, especially since they're later going to introduce Terra cards that allow you to put cards into play or maintain effects. The Enfield Monster. When this card is in play, it must be the target for anything that it can legally target it. So it's basically a huge distraction. Kind of nice how they have like the flashlight light on it. It's like, hey, look, we found it, so let's deal with it. Fire Trap. This is another trap. When Fire Trap is flipped face up, target attacking page is inflicted with burn and takes 50 damage. So for traps, another Salem Witches. Well, that's disappointing. For Fire Trap, you place it face down under a creature, and if that creature gets targeted for attacks, then you can flip it face up and pay its cost. And we have the Ground Terra card. Like I said, you can get either a Terra or an Aura. So I've gotten Salem Witches twice. That's disappointing. And they're limit 2 per spell book, so I have a foil playset of them now. But I'd like to show you guys some of the cool foils in here. So moving on to Piazza Bird. Another one I can tear open. Haven't had any Mothman yet. I must have shuffled it too well. Alright, so Sam's Lucky Rabbit Foot. So Sam Sinclair is the main character of this game. There is a Sam Sinclair card. He finds an old spell book that lets him summon the cryptids and stuff. His Lucky Rabbit's Foot. You can fatigue Sam's Lucky Rabbit's Foot to look at the top 3 pages of your spellbook, rearrange them, and then place them on top of your spellbook. So you can do this. So every turn you can Fate Seal. That's why it's limit 2 per deck. Sewer Alligator, limit 10, but you can only play it in a city. There is a City Terror card that allows you to do it. Here's another homework assignment. Chomp gains plus 20 damage if your opponent is from a city or in a city known for sewer alligators. I don't know if there are any other than New York that are known for that. I don't know, maybe somewhere in Louisiana. But it wouldn't surprise me if they later put out a card that has like a picture, like a tarot card that has like a little alligator poking out. It's like, oh hey, look at that, we're in a city known for sewer alligators. Hey, it's Snow Snake. Yay for Snow Snake. This thing has the most adorable art I've ever seen. It's got the big eyes. It's got a snowball on its head, even if it's a little difficult to spot. It gets elusive if it is snowing outside, which means it cannot be the target of attacks. Flip a coin if heads. Target opposing page in combat loses all its fourth wall symbols until the end of the active caster's next turn. That's ice. It's all about denial, restriction, and freeze. Snow Wasset. Oh, so yeah, by the way, occasionally these cards will be in alphabetical order. Not as bad a thing in these packs because it's in alphabetical order, not also organized by type and attribute. So even if you get cards that are like in sequence, the same letter, like unless you start with a pack that says snow, like I did here, you're generally going to get a nice variety of cards. So still a problem, but it's a bullet dodge. It's not like games like Beast Clans, like Bakugan, that have them packed in sequence, where you're just getting long strings of all the same type of card. Not a bad idea to pre-randomize your cards when you send them to the printer, especially if you do it a bit on the cheap, as they'll just, they don't care. They'll just stuff the cards in the order it comes off the belt. Rock Rain. So this is one of Stone's Bolt. You can pay it. It's X. So you can deal 10 damage to target artifact or beastie for each time you pay an X. And basically you can have it target multiple things. 10 damage pops a Wapaloosie token. You have to pay 3 to destroy a Chaos Crystal or 5 to destroy another Moxen, but that's something you have to account for. Scattershot. Okay, this is a card that applies to whenever a spell you contracted would deal damage to a page, you can have it divide into a number. If there's a card that does like 200 damage to a page, then maybe this thing might have some potential, but otherwise I'm not seeing much going on here. Balancing Beam. This is another one that's a homework assignment. It deals damage equal to 10 times the number of years between your age and years and the chosen caster or controller of the chosen page's age and years, maximum 100 damage. The fact that it works either way is not a bad thing. So a young player can do heavy damage to an old player can do heavy damage to a young player. Still a bit rude to ask your opponent's age in the middle of a battle, if you ask me. Here we go. Here's a rare Unending Fire Crystal. So this is one of the Moxen cards with a full foil version. There's a reverse foil version of this card as well, which I have yet to pull. It allows you to it enters play tapped. It's limit 2 per spell book, but you can tap it to generate 2 fire aura, and it has a hit point score up here, so I could send my creature out to try to destroy it if we get stuck in that situation. So not a bad card. It does come in a starter deck, which kind of which mutes its viability a little bit. But the starter deck version is not in foil. All right, on to another Babe card. All right, so Bookmark. It's this game's version of Bill. You can play it for 1 and draw 2. So it is limit 2. It's not like Bill where you can run a full play set of 4. Like I said, the power of this kind of card is relative. It depends on your game, how it works. I'm not seeing a lot of draw power in Metazoo, so a card like this might be pretty good. It is the same color as Pot of Greed. So we'll have to see what effect this has on the game. You get one in the starter deck too. We get Broom. Speaking of witches, you have Broom. Cost 1, an artifact with 20 hit points, but it attaches to a beastie and gives it flying. Catnap inflicts sleep. Sleep is an effect similar to Pokemon. You get to flip coins in between turns. However, if it takes damage of any kind, it immediately wakes up, but the damage it takes is doubled. Not a bad effect for 1. Chaos Potion. Target beastie's aura type is changed to the aura type of your choice instead of its original type until the end of turn. This, I assume, is to take advantage of the Aura Wheel bonus damage, which I've talked about a little bit in the video. Fire Trap again. Fog of War, which reveals all face down trap pages. Funeral Mountain Terra Shot. Not familiar with this, but it can force a beastie with flying to be temporarily removed from play, or I suppose, in limbo, and then return the chosen beastie to the arena under its owner's control at the end of this turn. So it can remove a creature from play, and I suppose it returns. Oh, that's a cool one. I'm getting a lot of the non-rare parallels. I'm a bit disappointed. Hopefully we'll get most of those out of the way. Terror Bullet. If you have gone to a funeral in the past 6 months, Terror Bullet does 50 damage. That's another thing that's kind of out of your control. We've got Lightning Storm, which is another Terra card. I don't know if I have Lightning Storm yet, but it does come in the Thunder deck. And Kentucky Hellhound. It is an uncommon again, but it is a card that is limit 1. So now I have my playset of 1. It has an ability that allows you to destroy a card in play if your opponent says a word, and you can choose the word it or is. And you can only do it once per game, but you could have it destroy a beastie they have in play. Nice, very powerful effect, a must-have in any fire deck. Moving on, come on, give me some good cards. I'm sick of getting the non-rare parallels. All right, so we got Past Trap again, Pyrokinetic Blast, Reflection, Sam's EMF Device, Salem Wishes, Scatter Shot, Balancing Beam. Eternal Snowflake. So this is a reverse Eternal Snowflake. So normally with these sorts of cards, it's the background that gets foiled, but in this case, it's the image. And an Earth Aura. This is the ice version of Unending Fire Crystal. So on to another Piazza Bird one. Doop-de-doop. Antidote. 10 per spellbook, removes poison and poison only. Since poison is not a common thing, I don't see this card having much potential. Poison wears off after 2 turns anyway, although you can stack poison up to 3 times, which is what makes it potentially dangerous. Bat Squatch. So this is a card I showed off in the video. Bat Squatch. It's a cost 3 that can discard itself to search your deck for any other creature with a cost of 3. Another beastie from Limbo with a total aura cost equal to or less than this beastie's total aura, and put it into the arena fatigued. So you could pull another creature out from the discard pile. Basically, you got Bookmark, you got Broom, you got Gluttony, which is another one of the. This guy is literally eating children in this picture. Yeah. Hide Behind. This is another example of a card with a printing mistake. You can see it is really hard to read the text because the texture they used for the forest creature wound up being way too dark on the card. Every version of Hide Behind in the Kickstarter version has this trouble. They are going to compensate for this in the first edition set by including a stronger stroke outline behind the text to make it stand out more, and they're going to try to lighten the texture to make it less apparent. So Hide Behind has a weird effect where when you put it into play, you have to conceal it behind something. I assume you can position it behind a card like that, and that would count. We have Hoop Snake. I love this artwork. It's another one that's a bit too dark, but it also has a counter spell effect. Oh, we got a reverse Chaos Crystal. Oh, not bad. Chaos Crystal is in basically every starter deck, but hey, not bad to get another foil one. Haven't gotten anything new yet though, unfortunately, and that's kind of what I've been hoping for. Something like Hodag or one of the obnoxious 9s. We have Bookmark again, Broom, Catnap, Chaos Potion, Chibi Quetzal, Crossroads, Dragon's Breath, another Chaos Crystal, this time non-reverse. Okay, so now this is how we contrast. We have the non-reverse foil here and the reverse foil here. Although I only ever need one. These things are kind of like Sol Ring. Basically, they go in every deck, but they're limit 1, so you only get 1. Let's see if I can get something good out of these. Oh, we have the Skeleton's Lantern. A bit of an oddball card that allows you to counter a dark spell as it's being played. You can do that once per turn with it, although it's a dark card itself, so its application might be a bit limited. Wapaloosie! I talked about this one in the video. It can generate a token with any name if you wear anything leather. Very good effect. White Thang. When you would take damage, you may fatigue White Thang and place a number of pages equal to the damage you would take divided by 10 from the top of your spellbook. So not bad. Not a bad late game card. It's typeless, so you can put it in any deck. Not a bad thing for a side or to just include maybe a 1-of or 2-of to have them ready to go. Alien Astronaut. Is this really our first alien card? Wow, I think it is. Alien astronaut may only be contracted if you phone home, however you define it. Pay 1, look at the top page of your spellbook and place this page on the top or bottom of your spellbook. This page? This page? Or do they mean the page selected by this effect? That might need to be clarified. All right, Thorned Whip. This is their bolt, although it's only as a trap. Deal 25 damage to target beastie or artifact. Transfiguration. Target creature is now a 10. It's now a 10/10 and is a sheep. So this is the a reference to the Hearthstone card, the World of Warcraft card. Black Cat. You can have it. You can control somebody's effects of coin flips or die rolls until the end of their turn, as long as you control Black Cat. Although it's neutralized by a mirror, so not bad. It's cost 3 for a really weak creature, but if you have an opponent that relies a lot on burn, a lot on dice rolls, then that's not a bad thing. Another Eternal Snowflake. Oh boy, we're getting a bit of clumping here. Come on, man, show me the big beastie. Show me the beast of Busco. The yada yada yada. Haven't had a very good box so far. All right. Matlocks. It is literally, I think what's Neptune devouring his son in card form. Like I said, maybe dial back on the blood and the gore a bit, seeing as it is a card game based on beloved local icons. Moon-Eyed People. So this is it's 4 per spell book, but it has a it does have some really strong buffing effects. If it's nighttime, if it's stars, they do an additional 75 damage, which on a 1-drop is really strong. I don't think I have to tell you that. Ol's Green Eyes. There it is. The hilarious. It can only be contracted as a trap, but it is a 10 times the number of beasties in all limbos. So yeah, that's something Spirit does a lot of. Paralyze. Paralyze has the effect where a creature essentially loses all of its abilities for a turn. Chibiquetza, Crossroads, Dragon's Breath. Oh, there we go. Reverse foil Flatwoods Monster. This is another one that's kind of a glass cannon. So it has an effect where if it's normally a 30 power 10 damage. However, if there is an active meteor shower, going on right now, it gains 100 damage. Although if you have a meteor shower card in play, that goes up to 200 damage. So it's essentially a glass cannon that can inflict a lot of harm if you do. I don't have the reverse foiled version of this guy yet, so that was a nice little thing to get. Mothman pack. So I'm gonna try to open this one carefully. So I can have an archival. So far so good. Seems to be going well. All right. I think I've ruined it. Darn it. Ruined it! Okay. So we have Rumptifussel. Rumptifussel. This is the card that checks if an opponent has a jacket. If target caster is wearing a sweater or jacket of any kind, Tight Hug deals plus 50 damage and gains Paralyze. So yeah, very, very strong technique. Necromancy, Catnap, Sam's Rabbit Foot, Hug and Molly. Power Up Blue, very basic. You know, it's the Power Up card from Pokemon, known for not being great. There is a Power Up Red. We will see if we see it. That is actually really, really strong. Shock Aura. Okay, so this basically comes into play and can be used as any aura you like. However, you can pay 50 life points to have it come into play and be usable right away, so not bad. Jersey Devil. There we go. That's a card that a lot of people are looking for. When you contract Jersey Devil, if you are dealt 50 damage unless you produce a blood-curdling scream, reduce all damage from Jersey Devil take from attacks from other beasties to 0. So it has, it's another one with heavy damage resistance. You have to do a blood-curdling scream, although I assume you could do like what the huge guy in SpongeBob does and just go, and that'll count for the purpose of the effect. All right. Hodag card. Cactus Cat. There's actually a lot of cat cards. There's like Black Cat and Silver Cat, and now we have Cactus Cat. Spindle does 0 damage if you are drinking a beverage. This page gains 10 LP and attacks gain plus 10 damage for every Beastie Fearsome critter. Okay, so Beastie Fearsome Critter, that is the swarm mechanic. It's mostly dedicated to the nature type, the leaf, the forest attribute. I keep forgetting what it's called. But it's basically, everyone in play, they gain 10 damage and 10 life points. So Cactus Cat has some potential to become pretty mighty pretty quick. Earthquake. Okay, so I believe the copper version of Earthquake is the one that has accidentally replaced Tripodero. Deal 50 damage to all beasties with burrow, and if they are currently burrowed, they are no longer considered burrow. Okay, Exploding Mine. Target attacking page takes 100 damage and you take 50, so this is basically a stronger version of the Fire Trap that's also more splashable. Fireball. Rock Rain. Salem's Witches. Scattershot. Holy Gem. Okay, so we got another gem. Come on, I want the beasties, man. The beasties. Oh, curses. It gave out right at the end there. Ah, darn. These are really hard to open archivally. It's like a New Moon style phenomenon. All right. Sam's 4-leaf clover. You can change the result of a die roll up to 4 times with this card. It also has an effect here, which means it can be tapped for aura. So a very, very good card. That's why it's limit 2 for Spellbook. River Dinos. This is 10. It's not very strong. It gains plus 10 damage for each dinosaur beastie in the arena. There are some dinosaurs also in fire, so it might be used for a hybrid card. Clearly, this is one meant for swarm tactics, although you can't. You can only be played within 5 miles of a river, so you'd need the River Terra in play to play it. Exploding Mine, Old Green Eyes, Fire Trap, Luck Potion. Next time a coin or flip would happen, you may choose the die roll. So again, there is a lot of luck manipulation in this game as well. Lightning in a Bottle. Awaken target beastie, and this beastie gains first strike until the end of this turn. So basically, it gives a beastie haste and first strike. Beasties enter play fatigued, and this allows you to flip it face up and use it. Ah, Bigfoot. All right. If you are within 5 miles of a forest, Bigfoot gains invisible and what is that? Is that cannot be targeted by spells too, I think. Not bad. I've gotten a few copies of Bigfoot. That is, let's see what that effect was. Magic proof. Okay, so it cannot be targeted by spells, and it cannot be targeted for attacks. So, wow, very good. Not bad. Okay, so this is another Mothman. We're going to try to be careful here. Like I said, I have all the other ones. All the other ones, I've gotten them. Nope, it tore right away. Darn it. Ugh. Tore immediately. It's another pack that tops with Bambi's mom, Ghost Deer, Anti-Magic Field. That's the Loveland Frogman, who they've turned into a wizard in this game. So this is clearly neutralizing his power. Whenever Anti-Magic Field is flipped face up, contracted without using the trap trait, no other spells may be contracted until the start of the next turn. So yeah, it's a lockdown. Haste allows you to attack on your opponent's turn. That's kind of crazy. Health Potion, Black Cat, Lightning in a Bottle, Shock Aura. Space Penguins. Another not rare. When it enters play, it's cost 2, but when it enters play, an opponent has to reveal an alien beastie in their chapter, or they take 50 damage. That's a little bit of chip damage. Like I said, alien is clearly about that kind of glass cannon concept. All right. Exploding Mine, Fireball, the Gigi Bird. GG, it's cold. Ghost Deer, Miracle Touch. Restores LP up to its maximum, although with the damage a lot of these beasties can do, I'm not sure how useful this card will be. Morpheus. Target beastie is afflicted with sleep. The flip coin for sleep is automatically considered to be heads unless an effect would say otherwise. So it's another card that inflicts sleep similar to Catnap. Power Up Blue. Blood Ruby, Reverse Foil. Another Mothman pack. Let's try to get it open. Can only be contracted if it's winter, but there is a Winter Terra card that compensates for that. It can be played as a trap. 60-30. It has to attack every turn, etc. Skeleton Lanterns, Anti-Magic Field, Earthquake, Ice Spell, Proton Beam, the alien version of the Bolt. Squonk! There he is, poor little Squonk. Oh, hey, it's one of the Obnoxious 9. Look at that. This is, I believe, a card that only exists in regular foil. It might exist in parallel foil as well. However, it is an artifact that is only rare with a deck cap of 10. So this is why people consider it one of the Obnoxious 9, in that you need so many copies of this card at once. I have proposed the idea of maybe including multiple copies of this card in a starter deck to help compensate for that. Kind of a jerk move to put such a powerful and abundantly needed card in a rarity slot such as this. Oh, yeah, and this is a new card for me too. So finally got something that I've never ever pulled before. So you can only be contracted if you control a non-dark beastie. You may fatigue Silver Bullet and place it into the afterlife to choose an effect. So you have to spend a turn loading it, I suppose. All right, moving on. So hey, I got something kind of exciting. That's neat. So something I haven't gotten before. That's cool. All right. Let's see if I can get Uncle Sam or Sinkhole Sam or Walking Sam or Sam Sinclair. There are a lot of Sams in this game for some reason. All right. Anti-magic field. Oh, Bunny Man. It has sort of a weaker version of the Bat Squatch effect, where it can only pull something of 2. Gains 20 damage if you're within 1 mile of a human-made tunnel. However, it is the ability to fetch other cards that makes it really strong, although it also gains power at night. Cactus Cat, Earthquake, Fire Trap, Fog of War, Funeral Mountain Terror Shot. Oh, the Fresno Nightcrawlers. This is one of the more recent cryptids. It's in reverse. I used the footage of them in the video. These were first spotted in like the early 2010s. There were a pair of them that wandered down the road together in front of a camera, and the Earth aura in upside down for whatever reason. But yeah, these are neat. They're a more recent discovery. They're kind of cool. Now, I'm sure the subject of things like like hoaxes or goofs are gonna come up at some point. I'm the kind of guy who's sort of along for the ride. It's like wrestling, you know. You kind of get into it for the fun of it rather than if it's real, it's like, that's cool, and if it's not, hey, we had some fun on the way. So we got Joint Snake. This is a card that when you play it, you can either have it come into play with X number of counters, which makes it 10 attack and damage for each one, or you can put X tokens into play with power and a damage of 5, with power and hit points of 5 for each cost of X. So it can either be one big or a bunch of little ones. I am Legion for we are many. Killer Clown, look out for the Killer Clown, plus 10 damage for every inflated balloon in the room. It's a 1-drop. During your turn, you may fatigue this beastie. It has an even weaker version of the Bat Squatch effect, Necromancy. Poison Arrow, the Spookster, Squonk, Thorned Whip. The Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp. He automatically disables all fourth wall effects when he attacks a creature. So the effective fourth wall effects do not activate. So he's basically the Wild Heart. He blocks those effects. 50 damage for a cost 2 is pretty nice, especially since he nullifies a lot of creatures' abilities to hit back. This guy could absolutely thrash a Flatwoods monster. It would only deal 10 damage back to him rather than 210. All right, on to Mothman. That's another thing about the rares. I was complaining about the system they had in place before. The thing about a lot of rares is that you only need like one copy of them. I mean the Lizard Man you need 3 copies of, but like Bigfoot, like the Mothman, you only need 1 copy. So you pull the 1 copy and you're done. You pull an extra one, that's trade fodder. So the fact that a lot of the trades can become, even like staple trades can easily become trade fodder, is a good thing. Got Necromancy. Gumbaroo. Oh, this guy's going up in popularity. This guy is basically the game's version of Neospatian Grand Mole, in that he can attack a creature and rather than deal damage, he can instead bounce it back to the hand. It takes no combat damage, but at the end, but if it takes any fire damage or if it gets burned, it's not immune to spells, it's not immune to status effects. So if it fights the Piasa Bird, and Piasa Bird has an effect that automatically burns whatever it fights, then this guy just blows up and goes away. Catnap, Telekinesis. This is a card that I think would look neat in foil. Pick up target page that's not under another page and move it to anywhere you want in the arena. So yeah, when you play a card, it stays where you put it. It's a little bit like the flanks of Keyforge, but there are I assume going to be more things that affect where a card is placed on the field. Telekinesis lets you manipulate that. I'm not sure if it has any like gameplay potential as of yet. Ice Spell. Target beastie is afflicted with Freeze 2, and Freeze taps a creature, keeps it from doing anything. Shock Aura, Squonk. Slide Rock Bolter. All right, so I've already gotten this one, but this is a big guy. It has a cost of 6, 170 hit points. Although an opposing caster may place a stone on Slide Rock Bolter to fatigue it, and it cannot wake up as long as a stone is on top of it. So you could, it's, oh yeah, and there's snowing for the winter cards. Target opposing page in combat does not awaken at the start of control's next turn. You may place an earth aura you control into the afterlife to give landslide plus 50 damage. So yeah, this guy can hit really hard. Bring actual stones. Bring like literal rocks to games, I suppose. All right, on to Piazza Bird pack. Man, so far the only big pull I've gotten is Silver Bullet. Oh, I got a Jersey Devil too. I guess that's not a bad one either. Gigi Bird, Bambi's Mom, Anti-Magic Field, Bunny Man, Gluttony, Hide Behind, Hoop Snake. Oh, hey, it's another one of the Obnoxious 9. Cool. It's another one I don't have, too. It's Growth. If there's a plant within arm's reach of the arena, bookmark 5 pages from the top of your spellbook. So that's a powerful card. There's a reason why it's only one per deck. It's another 1 per deck card, but, you know, pay 2, draw 5. That's ridiculous draw power. It's another one of the Obnoxious 9, which means it only exists in regular foil. It's another card I don't have. And Meteor Shower. So this card changes the Flatwood monster's attack power from 10 to 210. So very, very, very interesting card. Very good one to have. Okay, so we're only at the halfway point. We've gotten 2 of the cards I've been missing. So that's cool. So we're halfway done. On to another Babe the Blue Ox pack. See if we can get some cards we haven't seen yet. Like, I haven't seen a single copy of Giant Salamander appear yet. Exploding Mine, Fireball, Gigi Bird, Ghost Deer, Book of Shadows. That's a new one. As long as Book of Shadows is in the arena, all of your dark spells cost 1 less to contract. Although, like I said, it's another thing that you can smash. When Book of Shadows is contrasted, any opposing caster may say Abracadabra backwards, which is Arba Dacarbra. Yeah, Arba Dacarbra backwards before 3 seconds have passed to destroy it immediately. Open Sesame. I wonder if there's going to be a card that makes you say Open Sesame. There's definitely going to be a card that makes you say Open Sesame. Chibiquetza, Crossroads, Meteor Shower, and there we go, the reverse foil of Unending Fire Crystal. Cool. So now I have the full set of those. All right. Another Hodag set. I haven't gotten Hodag yet. I hope I get Hodag in one of these packs. Bookmark, Broom, Catnap, Chaos Potion, Shock Aura, Stone Skin, the Spookster. Piazza Bird. Okay, I was just talking about. Okay, so it's forest. I call it like leaf and wood. It's forest. Piazza Bird. So yeah, it deals burn damage. It inflicts burn when it attacks. It gets plus 50 damage in desert, and if there is a fire within eyesight, Piazza Bird's attacks gain plus 50 damage. So it can get up to what is that? 125, 175 damage on its attacks. That's pretty good. If you have the desert card in play and if you have a fire in play. I've gotten official reports on it. I could not do what I did in the video and pull up a fireplace on my YouTube. However, I could set a lighter on the table and say, hey, here's fire. And that would count. I don't have to light the lighter, I assume. I can just place the lighter there and say, hey, it's a source of fire. Let's do that. Speaking of Piazza Bird, our next pack is Piazza Bird. I kind of like this. It's kind of designed to be reminiscent of like the base set Pokemon packs that had the big ol' Ken Sugimori artwork just front and center. All right, here's old Green Eyes again. Paralyze, Pass Trap, Sam, Thorned Whip, Transfiguration, Black Cat. Oh, Reverse Foil Squonk. It's technically a new one, but he's also an uncommon. Poor little guy. He's invincible as long as you're crying, but he gets destroyed automatically if your opponent manages to cry. Kind of a fun little double standard there. So bring something spicy, I guess. Munch on a chili pepper. Cleans your sinuses too. Antidote, Bat Squatch, Bookmark, Broom, Lightning in a Bottle, Luck Potion, Pokemon. Oh, Menehune, he's a new one. So he allows you to, you can fatigue him to return an artifact to play. So very, very good. Very good in nearly any deck. Very nice. Reverse Jersey Devil. I don't have this one yet. I've gotten 2 Jersey Devils in this pack. And Jersey Devil is a pretty popular card as well. Gumbaroo, Jersey Devil, Loveland Frogman. I should supposedly have a Loveland Frogman in the mail in exchange for one of my extra Metal Men of Alabama. So I need to go check the post office after I'm done here, I guess. All right, so another Hodag pack. We got Necromancy, Poison Arrow, River Dinos, Rumptifussel, Huggin, Molly, Ice Spell, Ice Storm, Ah, Forest Gods Amber reverse. I don't think I have. I think I have the regular one. I don't know if I have the reverse one yet. Oh dear, did I run out of penny sleeves? Hey, you know we got the Metazoo sleeves. We can do that too. All right, so these Metazoo sleeves aren't too great. Like I said, they weren't expecting like the sudden huge uptick in interest. So that is I suppose why the Metazoo sleeves are a bit underwhelming. Another Hodag pack. Let's see if I can actually get Hodag. I mean, I'm sure I could trade one of those Jersey Devils for a Hodag. Alright. Necromancy, Poison Arrow, River Dinos, Rum to Fusel, Stone Skin, The Spookster, Squonk, Unending Fire Crystal, Parallel again. I'm getting a lot of these. They put way too many of these in here. Alright. Antidote, Bat Squatch, Bookmark Broom, Hoop Snake, Huggin' Molly, Ice Spell. Oh, there we go. There's another one of the Obnoxious 9. It's one I already have 3 copies of, but hey, it's the Ghost Train. It has no attacks, but whenever a beastie or beasties you control be placed in the afterlife, you may make train sounds, choo-choo, and put it under the beastie or beasties face-up under Ghost Train. You may fatigue this page anytime to choose one face-up beastie under Ghost Train and place it into the arena awakened and under your control. The chosen beastie is now Spirit type, so very, very good. Very good card. This is kind of the capstone card for the Spirit deck as it stands now. It is a member of the Obnoxious 9. It's one that got clumped in a booster box I opened before, so I got like 3 of them. But hey, now I have 4 of them. It's a 1 per spellbook item. There needs to be more ways to like retrieve like the 1 per spellbook cards from your deck. Fortunately, I think there's only 1 card that straight up destroys a creature. It is one of the Obnoxious 9 called Death Beam. Death Beam. The Death Beam is in Wheatcross too. Gumbaroo, Joint Snake, Killer Clown, Hoop Snake. Ooh, 2 snakes in one deck. Huggin' Molly, Ice Spell. Ah, Reverse Bigfoot. I don't have Reverse Bigfoot yet, and Earth Aura. There we go. We're finally getting the goods. It was just stashed in the other stack. Okay, so on to another Piazza Bird, and then we have 3 Mothmen in a row. Joint Snake, Killer Clown, Necromancy, Poison Arrow, Invisibility, Kentucky Hellhound, Lightning in a Bottle, and another Chaos Crystal. Stop giving me these. I don't want them. Give me the beasties, man. We're here. We're in it for the cryptids. I want to see Beast of Busco. I want to see Loveland Frogman. I want to see Chessie. I want to see Uncle Sam and the other Sam and the 4th Sam. There's so many Sams. I guess it's because it's an easy name that starts with an S. Ooh, this might be the one. This might be... Oh, nope, there it goes. There it went. The moment I said something. Just my luck. Space Penguins, Lightning Bolt, Moon-Eyed People, Pass Trap, Ice Spell, Proton Beam, Miracle Touch, Medium's Third Eye, regular. Okay, I don't have this one yet, so I've been getting a lot of these stones. Honestly, too many. I'd rather be getting, like, the beasties instead of this. But now I have a play set of them I can work with. Okay, another Mothman, so careful. Careful is as careful does. Oh, I wonder if I tried opening it from the other end. Oh, no, that one's stamped much more aggressively. Forget it. Okay. Light Beam. Light's version of Bolt is very restrictive. 50 damage to target Dark Beastie or Artifact. This does one-shot... This does one-shot Jersey Devil because it does do the additional 20 damage due to the Aura Wheel. Lightning Bolt, Matlocks, Moon-Eyed People, Chibiquetza, Crossroads, Dragon's Breath. Ah! Really? 4 of these in one box? Yeah, there's... it would be nice if these were, like, you know, legit like the Black Lotus that they were. But like I said, you get a non-foil version in every current version of the starter deck. So... that's 4 copies of Chaos Crystal in one box. Come on, I want beasties. Beasties, Mothmans, you know, etc. Earthquake, Cactus Cat, Antidote, Chibi, Black Cat, Ice Spell, Lightning in a Bottle. Oh, Walking Sam. I got one of the Sams. I already have this Sam, regular foil Walking Sam. This page cannot be targeted by dark spells while in the arena. Target beastie not named Walking Sam. Place a token that has a copy of that beastie into play, except its aura type is Spirit. It gains the text when this beast declares an attack. No defenders may be declared. And at the end of this turn, destroy the token and place Fear on the chosen beastie. Ah, so he creates a doppelganger that lasts for 1 turn. I see. All right, onwards and upwards. White Thang, Lake Worth Monster, Sam's Rabbit Foot, Water Gun, Funeral Mountain Terror Shot, Power Up Green, Rock Rain, Meteor Shower, and foil, reverse foil Bunny Man. He's a common, but hey, he's a pretty popular one because of his because he allows you to fish through your discard pile to get creatures back out of play. So neat. And I don't have a reverse of him yet, so yay. All right, we're down to our final 4. It's pretty large booster box. Like I said, we've gotten some decent stuff. Got a couple of cards I needed. Sewer Alligator, Snow Snake, Snow Wasset, Telekinesis, Morpheus, Power Up Blue, Power Up Green. Oh, there we go. Reverse Foil Mothman. I don't have this one. That's a hit. He has an effect that you can either choose a player to draw up to 7 cards, and then you name a card, and if it's the card and pull a random card, and if it's a card they have, you win the game. Or you can keep him in play as something with a base damage of 100 that becomes 150 in a city at night. We also have the Teeth. This is the effect Fear, which means that when you play him, you can flip a coin, choose a beastie in play, and return that beastie to your hand. To its owner's hand. So it basically scares something back into its hand. Frightened kind of works the same way. You have to flip a coin every time it does anything, and on a tails it returns to its hand. Earthquake, Water Gun, Antidote. Bat Squatch, Thorn Whip, Transfiguration, Black Cat. Oh, another Jersey Devil. Okay, that's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take 3 Jersey Devils in one box. At least I think that's the third one. I got the regular, I got the reverse. I think I got the reverse. 4 Chaos Crystals. Oh yeah, I got the reverse, and did I get a regular one as well? Did I get another regular one? I thought I got another. Yep, there we go. So I got 3 Jersey Devils, and these are popular. These are good for trades for sure, and I got the Nighttime card. And we have our final Mothman, our final attempt to get it right and get an archival version of this pack. Ooh. Although I guess I'll get another try when I do the spellbook opening. Nope, it tore. Darn it. Alright. Exploding Mine, Ghost Deer, Joint Snake, River Dinos, Chibiquetza, Invisibility, Rock Rain. Ah, the reverse Holy Gem. I don't have this one yet. Cool. So I'm filling out some play sets at least, filling out some of my binder by getting a lot of these reverse cards. So this hasn't been too bad a box, especially with all those Jersey Devils. And our final pack of the day, it's going to be Babe the Blue Ox. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was Babe the Blue Ox actually in here? It's probably going to be another Chaos Crystal, knowing my luck. Matlocks, Moon-Eyed People, Will Be Nice, Paralyzed, Ice Spell, Oh my god! Oh! I need to stop tempting fate, you guys! Babe the Blue Ox. He gains benefits when played alongside Paul Bunyan, which I can't really take advantage of right now because Paul Bunyan is not yet available. He should be in the coming set. But, I need to stop tempting fate. I need to be like, wouldn't it be hilarious if I got a shiny Charizard in here? Just so funny. Just so super-de-duper funny. So yeah, that is our booster box. So I got some good hits here. Babe is a good hit. The 3 Jersey Devils are a good hit. Mothman is a good hit. I got how many? 1, 2. Ghost Train's a good hit. Flatwoods Monster is a decent hit. It's kind of a glass cannon. 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Chaos Crystal, 3 regular, 1 reverse. Let's see, how many of my cards were not gold rares? 1, 2, 3. I remember they were kind of lumped towards the beginning. 4, 5, 6. So out of my 36 packs, only 6 of my packs contained a non-rare foil. So that's not bad. That's better odds than you would normally get in a box. They got a bit front-loaded because I got like 2 Salem's Witches in a row. But to have it be that low, that's pretty good. That's only 1 in 6. That's better than the odds I was talking about before. So it is, like I said, it's still, the fact that it's still possible to get these instead of an actual rare is kind of disappointing. I don't know if they could work out a system where they could have like non-foil gold cards that appear if you get one of these. that might be kind of tricky to do. I got loads upon loads of the Mothmen. He did talk about how he wanted these to be widely available because he's wanting to avoid like fetch land situations. We will see how much these break the game. The fact that you can have like six aura in play on like turn 2 is admittedly quite ridiculous. Let's see how many of these in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So more than a third of my box was just the Moxen cards. I think that's a bit excessive. Although, like I said, there was definitely some clumping going on. Clumping is where you get like several copies of the same card together. That definitely happened with Chaos Crystal. That definitely happened with Jersey Devil. I did get some of the Obnoxious 9 though. I got 3, which isn't bad. Let me see. Did I get any? Were there any more from the Obnoxious 9 in here? I got 3, including 2 I've never gotten before, which was nice. So, yeah, managed to do some collection filling. I hope you guys had fun. We'll be coming back with the Spell Book, which is the game's half box, and will probably undergo the most changes in between our iterations here. So yeah, that is the Metazoo booster box, and until next time, this is Kodak signing off.